You're stuck, and that's okay. Stuck means that you are still trying. A lot of people would have given up by now, but you're still here, and because of that, I'm really proud of you. There's a lot of struggle in trying to get better, but that means that there's growth because you're doing something that is hard. And at the end of the day, you have to trust God and know that this is where you are meant to be. There are lessons you need to learn to prepare you for the success that you will achieve. And you can't be given opportunities if you aren't ready and you don't have the skills. Let's flip the situation, for example. Maybe you were given the best opportunity you could ever imagine, but you're not ready. You have none of the skills. That would feel so much worse than if you're just waiting and waiting. Because it feels like you lost something. There's regret there. And the good thing with being stuck is that you have time to prepare you for whatever is lying ahead in your future. You can learn those skills and equip yourself for when things will go great and when things will start rolling. Like Joseph in Genesis chapter 40, verse 14. I flipped too many pages already, but only keep me in mind when it goes well with you, and please do me a kindness by mentioning me to the Pharaoh and get me out of this house. Context is that Joseph, basically, his brothers had sold him as a slave because they really didn't like him and the favoritism that their father had of him. And then he got sent to Egypt and he ended up being under the Pharaoh's power. But then his wife, Pharaoh's wife, really thought, I want to get with you. But Joseph was like, no, because that's morally not right. And then, so because he does not say okay to that, basically it's like an affair if you think about it. So she just goes and says, oh my god, he was taking advantage of me. So then he gets sent to prison wrongfully because he never did anything. It was what she wanted, but he said no. So then she got him in trouble. So while in prison, the baker and the cupbearer also upset the Pharaoh. So they got to the prison as well. And then the baker had a dream, and the cupbearer also had a dream. And the cupbearer's dream was interpreted as he was going to get out, but the baker was going to die. So that's why Joseph asked the cupbearer to mention to the Pharaoh that he interpreted the dreams for him, you know? But that there's the context. And here's the thing. In verse 23 says, yet the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. So he forgot to mention him. Well, you may think that's literally so bad. Like, bro had to be in there for longer. But here's the thing. If the cupbearer had remembered to mention Joseph, he would not have been able to perfect the art of interpreting dreams with other people in the prison. Then, in Genesis chapter 41, verses 17 through 24, it talks about Pharaoh's dream. So Pharaoh spoke to Joseph, in my dream, behold, I was standing on the bank of the Nile, and behold, 7 cows, fat and sleek, came up out of the Nile, and they grazed in the marsh grass. Lo, 7 other cows came up after them, poor and very ugly and gaunt, such as I had never seen for ugliness in all the land of Egypt. And the lean and the ugly cows ate up the first 7 fat cows. Yet when they had devoured them, it would not be detected that they had devoured them, for they were just as ugly as before. This is the Pharaoh's dream. And he also has another one that here it says, I saw also in my dream, and behold, 7 ears full of gold, full and good, came up on a single stalk, and lo, 7 ears, withered, thin, and scorched by the east wind, sprouted up after them. And the thin ears swallowed up the good ears. They're talking about ears of corn, by the way. And then Joseph says that Pharaoh's dreams are one and the same. This is verse 25, by the way. God has told to Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good cows are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dreams are one and the same. Like I said, the 7. Oh man, I don't remember where I am, but that's Pharaoh's dream. So then, with interpreting it, he understood that this meant that there were 7 good years of harvesting and stuff, and then 7 years of famine. So because of that, God gave him the solution, which was to let Pharaoh take action to appoint overseers in charge of the land and let him exact a fifth of the produce of the land of Egypt in 7 years of abundance. Then let them gather all the food of these good years that are coming and store up the grain for food in the cities under Pharaoh's authority and let them guard it. Let the food become as a reserve for the land for the 7 years of famine which will occur in the land of Egypt, so the land will not perish during the famine. So basically, the general gist of this is just that going to store food to prepare for the famine. See, here's the thing. If Joseph had been let out earlier, maybe he would have been able to interpret this dream and have God use him to save Israel and be able to see his brothers again. So the key point to take away here is that it all works out according to God's plan. And if we trust in that, we will be okay. Caitlin, signing off.